market is looking much better than it did a year ago when the coronavirus caused a market crash following a decade of growth. So what have we learned from that, and how can we protect our money moving forward? Joining us is financial professional Brett Gottlieb from Comprehensive Advisor. Brett, thank you so much for being here. Let's just start right off. What is your assessment as far as how far we have come from 1 year ago today?
Yeah, thank you for having me, Susan. It's pretty amazing to think that a year ago we were in a period of time with a lot of uncertainty. The market over a very short time, from February 12th through March 23rd, had dropped, the Dow that is, about 37%. We actually experienced on March 9th what was at that time the largest single day drop in the Dow. It equated to about 7.79%. Then followed up 3 days later, what they called Black Thursday, another drop of 9.9%. And then we had ultimately, where we stand right now, the largest single day drop in history, points that is, of close to 3,000 on March 16th. And that was about a 12.9% drop. In fact, I think I was visiting that day at the studio there, and to think that things have changed so much since that point, even to where we are now in the market, where we broke 30,000 points back in November of this past year. So it's pretty amazing how times have changed.
Well, having you with me now, selfishly, I would love to ask you questions that I know a lot of people are trying to do this on their own, right? They're going and getting their own account, and they're going and saying, you know what, I almost made money on Moderna, I almost made money on CVS, and so they want to be their own professional stock expert. What is your advice on that?
Yeah, we see it a lot. There's a lot of people, it's especially when you hear the stories that have been going on and the big swings in the market, you have this opportunity of saying, oh, well, maybe I should get in, maybe I should invest. And I think you always want to step back and look at your situation, and you want to figure out, what are you really trying to accomplish? Are you in your 20s and 30s and it's the beginning of your career and you're trying to, have some fun with some play money? I sometimes call it the gambling money, and experience it with, the apps like Robinhood and so forth? Or are you later down in life and you're closer to retirement, you're in your 50s or 60s, and you're trying to figure out, what does the future look like? And you really have to kind of take pause and make sure that you're investing for the right reasons, I think, is the main thing, and based upon where you're at. And so we've got to look at, what is your risk tolerance, and what is it that you're trying to accomplish from a timing standpoint, and then decide, okay, can I go and have some fun in the market as well? We all want to do that because we tend to want to take advantage of that greed side of us, that hey, the market went up.
Right, and we want to brag to our friends, and okay, so if somebody asked you one stock tip before we go this afternoon, what would you say? Or you can't, maybe it's so hard because someone's going to get mad at you either way.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't give a stock tip. I would probably tell everybody that, you should be asking for assistance, ask for advice, check on your savings. We're getting ready to have another stimulus that's going to be pushed out, and a lot of people are going to get some funds. And when you get that check for $1,400, what do you do with it? Don't just go on a trip. Don't just go pay your credit card. Don't just put it in savings. Actually sit down and, assess your situation. Where are you at right now? What are you trying to accomplish? And what's the best use of those funds? I think that's probably the best tip I would give anybody is, really slow down and make sure you're making the right decisions with your planning.
Yeah, that's very safe. And as you said before, when you invest like this, in some cases, you need to make sure you're okay with losing it. And going into that is probably the best way to approach it. Brett Gottlieb from Comprehensive Advisor, thank you so much for your insight, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Susan.